Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot AI cast, and we have got ourselves what should be a good one here today. I'm very excited for it. We have got Sharkbot, a late game, rather defensive Protoss bot, taking on none other than QueenBot. I saw that these two played a match. Unfortunately, I spoiled the results for myself. So I went ahead and joined made an SC2AI account, joined the patron, and requested another match between them, which is something that is one of the features you can get. So that wouldn't be possible without that. And yeah, big shout out to SC2AI.net for providing us all these awesome games. Now, we're going to see how well Sharkbot is going to do against QueenBot. It's clearly got something nefarious up its sleeve in this match as it sends in a probe. Tries to take a gas, I think, but QueenBot does have blocking behavior, preventing its gas from being stolen, which is very important. Shutting that down, and then there actually is no cannon being built by Sharkbot. So, just an old school Protoss build, a forge, fast, expand. Very, very old StarCraft 2 build that doesn't really exist anymore outside of these bot games, simply because of the existence of the Ravager. Now, QueenBot is taking this cheese from Sharkbot very seriously. As Sharkbot went to go block the third of QueenBot, QueenBot is going to say, no, I'm only build queens. I need to get all my hatcheries up. So it pulls many, many drones off that pylon. So many, they all can't even fit around it, but it will go down. And I believe that probe was hunted down and killed by a drone too. So a successful defense by Sharkbot to start this off. Of course, lots of drones lost mining time. But then the drones actually split on the way home perfectly too. To send some of them to the natural, some of them to the main base is some very cool thinking. Just instead of just say sending them to one base, then rebalancing the economy. So that's actually quite advanced and very cool from QueenBot. Now we've got the first couple queens on the way. Meanwhile, Sharkbot is just doing its thing, getting up a gateway, getting up a cyber core, and a nexus done at the natural. Chrono boosting that into probes right away is something that I'm a big fan of. Bots that are always using their spells and abilities as often as they can, because it's like money, it'll burn a hole in your pocket. And now we have got drones on the way for QueenBot, which isn't too surprising, seeing as how it only makes two things, queens and drones. Overseers and overlords too, I suppose. Now, there's that third hatch on the way for QueenBot, and the Sharkbot is just going to start growing away, making only queens. And yeah, I'm not sure if I got a chance to mention, ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and click that like button if you haven't already. I know I've cast a few QueenBot games lately, but they never cease to be entertaining. So I hope you don't mind me casting another one. And if we can get a like for every queen that's going to be in this match, that would be amazing. Leave a comment down below, letting me know what bots you want to see more of. And now we've got double Stargate coming out of Sharkbot, which is going to be what makes this match interesting, because we could potentially have like Mass Queen against Tempest from the way Sharkbot plays. Sharkbot is also a bot that utilizes High Templar, so we could see mass feedbacks going down on these on QueenBot's queens. But of course, QueenBot kind of has an advantage from the fact that the bots it plays against doesn't really think. Because if you're a human player and you go against a bot that you know is only going to build queens, you're going to say, hey, I'm going to make some tanks, or I'm going to rush you early on, or something like that. But Sharkbot is just doing what Sharkbot does, which might not be the most ideal thing against mass queens. That is, make void rays, get out, well, some photon cannons at the natural base, which could help it out potentially if there's ever a Nydus or if the queens get really close. But Sharkbot is just playing it safe, doing its standard kind of macro stuff. And QueenBot behind this is just getting up oh so many bases. Getting up a 6th hatchery already at 4.5 minutes. It seems quick even by QueenBot's standards, but of course that's going to allow this Zergbot to produce more and more queens. The economy of QueenBot is also a little bit different than many of the other bots due to the presence of, the fact that it doesn't need to mine as much gas. QueenBot mines a little bit of gas so it can make Nydus worms and get upgrades, but other than that, it's pretty much just all minerals With even a gold base getting established, that's going to be even more minerals to make even more queens. Behind this, Sharkbot is just slowly taking its third base, whereas QueenBot is kind of rushing up into the economy, already up to 10 queens with 5 on the way at a time, and that number is just going to grow. Much like the number of creep tumors on the map is presently growing from QueenBot, as it makes just more and more queens, currently cruising at a whopping 5,000 APM. Sharkbot is beating that at 17,000. I'm trying to remember what the hotkey was to pull up that APM graph, but we may never know. Anyway, Sharkbot is now deciding to move out onto the map with the Void Rays. It's a little bit late, though, to get a building hatchery, and we'll just have to wait and see how QueenBot is going to respond to these Void Rays. Starts shooting away at one of them. Queens are one of the best units in the game against Void Rays, as the Void Rays deal very little damage to the queens. Looks like a couple drones may die, but the queens are responding to this attacks. One on the low ground, most of them on the high ground, though. That could be painful for QueenBot, as now they've got to go all the way around, but the Void Rays are sent on home, and Sharkbot says, "Do you still wear that helmet?" That is quite the comment there. We've now got a Dropper Lord going up for QueenBot. I'm not really sure what this is for. Maybe for dropping creep around the map or something like that. An Oracle is out for Sharkbot. Is it going to get any drones? No, the queens do repel it. And then just, yeah, 1-1 on the way for the Zergbot. 114 supply against 78. The economy is pretty much maxed out for QueenBot. I think it stops making workers at 66 drones. So it's just going to be queens from here on out, getting a hatchery up in the middle of the map. Upgrades are rolling, and Sharkbot is still just hanging out on 3 bases for now. Lots of batteries, lots of cannons that are going to help out if the queens ever get close enough to touch. And that may be happening sooner than we think, as a Nydus worm is now on the way up for QueenBot. Sharkbot says, as it sees an Overseer crossing the map, maybe going to put 2 and 2 together. Looks like that Overseer will get killed, though, so the Nydus worm is not going to succeed. And QueenBot now just drops a queen, drops a tumor, as that creep happens instantly. This is something that's not really practical for a human player to do, but a bot can do it, because the bot can do unlimited things at once, pretty much. It's like that Oracle does get killed. And is there another Overseer that's been produced? There is 2 more Overseers out. We'll see if they're going to actually make it to the main base to drop this Nydus, or if they're just going to keep flying right into the path of these Void Rays, because that is something that I think Sharkbot may be doing, is, yeah, 1 Overseer flies right on by it, does pop the Nydus up. Does Sharkbot see this? The answer is actually kind of, yeah, it should know that that's there, but it does not react in time, and Sharkbot is going to be in a bit of trouble. It's too busy typing to go kill that Nydus, and all of a sudden, here come the queens popping into the main base of Sharkbot. There's going to be a lot of transfuse. Now, the Void Rays do have batteries to support them. Instantly, there's tons of tumors popped on down, and this isn't even all the queens for Sharkbot. This is only like, or for QueenBot, pardon me, this is like 10 queens. There can be a lot more in that Nydus, potentially. I'm not sure where they're all hanging out. There's just queens everywhere, man. It's hard to keep track. Now, Sharkbot is trying to shut this down. The Colossus doing some good damage to the queens as well, cutting into those. And let's see, yeah, the queens are trading out, and it's just really a delivery system. But here's the rest of the queens. There they are, showing up on the front door of Sharkbot, as Sharkbot's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Now, it does still have out that 1 Colossus, which is very useful against these queens. I believe the Colossi are still doing double damage from that bug, as that definitely will help it kill queens, because Colossus aren't exactly the fastest queen killers. It looks like this Nydus will be shut down. Sharkbot's got to cut through all of those creep tumors on the ground as well, but the queens are here, and they are on the front lines. They're just shooting everything all over the place, dropping creep tumors at the 3rd base of Sharkbot, and probes are dying en masse. I don't know whether Sharkbot can repel this. A 2nd Colossus coming out is definitely going to be big, as QueenBot just continues to spam queens. There is also an Oracle being a bit of a nuisance. Killed off a few drones, and this is a bit of a problem for QueenBot. Sometimes it doesn't rebuild workers when it loses them, I've noticed. So this is going to cut into its overall queen production, it seems, being at only 57 workers. Now, the queens are still doing some work, though, driving Sharkbot off this 3rd base, shooting onto this Protoss force, but so far Sharkbot hasn't lost too much stuff. I mean, 33 queens have died for a couple of stalkers, and a few Zealots. So all in all, a pretty successful defense for the Protoss bot. Meanwhile, Sharkbot is now getting up a hive so it can get 3/3 upgrades on the way. It does have +2 attack about to finish, which will help out a little bit. But the death ball of Sharkbot is no joke. The Queens are going to make an attempt to attack this army. We'll see if it's going to work or not. There's presently 31 Queens out on the map with 11 building at a time. Sharkbot, or QueenBot, pardon me, does elect to rebuild those drones that it lost, which is very good to see. Observer goes down. That's going to be a nuisance, as they're obviously needed to clean up creep in this match. So that's quite a nice pickoff for QueenBot, as it just continues to trade out against Sharkbot. Now the Queens are running away. There's another Nydus being dropped in the main base. Are the Void Rays going to deal with this? No. Looks like they are not A-moved, and they're kind of just padding towards the front lines, which is an interesting debate you can have, whether your unit should attack whatever's in their way or just do your own padding. But that does bite Sharkbot a little bit. The Colossi are actually taking some damage, which is concerning, because they are the main force for Sharkbot to deal with these Queens. QueenBot has more Queens popping out inside the main base. The creep is starting to spread all over the place. Sharkbot says, looks like you could use some anti-air. I think QueenBot's got that covered in the form of 21 Queens right now. Definitely a smaller number than it was, as lots of these Queens have been dying. There's many in the main base now. We may even see that fleet beacon actually get killed. It's unpowered for now, not that that matters, but it does get repowered. There's still Queens running around the main base. They're just pathing all over, as there's random oracles flying about too. Nothing too major happening on the Zerg side of the map. Sharkbot, though, has survived. It's reached 160 supply, 82 probes actually mining at that third base, which is very important. And the Queens are still just trading out non-stop. Resources lost-wise is 14k to 8.2k. So far, Sharkbot is doing what it needs to do. QueenBot is getting some okay trades, and eventually Sharkbot will mine out. It's a ways to go before that, though, but I mean, the main and the natural, they're starting to run out of money a little bit. QueenBot is still just pumping out more and more Queens. Who'd have guessed it? And it does seem, though, that QueenBot's attacks have kind of fallen off a little bit, as it is not really at a critical mass of Queens anymore with, well, it's only got 13 out right now, which is a lot of Queens, but at the same time, it's not a lot of Queens for QueenBot. So it's going to try getting up another Nydus worm inside the main base of Sharkbot. Looks like that one will be shut down. And it does just get killed as it finishes. The creep inside the main base is actually allowing QueenBot to just drop this Nydus again and again. But the fact that QueenBot isn't really fighting too much right now could actually be a blessing for the Zerg bot. If it's actually allowing its Queen count to rise instead of just rallying them to their death. As I say that, though, it is kind of just rallying some of its Queens to their death. A Nydus worm is going to pop up inside the main base once again. This could pull back Sharkbot's attention. We'll see as out go the Queens. Probes on the low ground are going to be taking some shots. Battery overcharge gets popped. There's a single carrier to try and deal with all these Queens, so Sharkbot is moving across the map to get some damage done, but there's simply Zerg all over the place. There's so many hatcheries, so many bases. QueenBot is down to a measly 48 workers, though, and is actually, yeah, just running out of money now at this point. So the lack of replacing probes is a problem for drones, pardon me, is a problem for QueenBot. It replaced some at some point, but it does prioritize, dare I say, building Queens over workers to its own disadvantage at times, it seems. Sharkbot does come back to clean this up. Meanwhile, QueenBot, it's only making 9 Queens at a time, which is not ideal. It's only got out 13, so maybe it could do with a bit more pooling of its units. Oracle's still flying around being a nuisance. More and more Queens are being built. We'll see if there's going to be another Nydus that gets attempted. But yeah, I do wonder what the requirements are for QueenBot to say, hey, let's remake some drones. Because it did it that one time, but then it hasn't done it again. And it can't really compete with this Protoss army without a massive economy. That's how you make this mass Queen style work. We do have another attempt at Nydus Worm, but that is going to get shut down before it even starts. And so Sharkbot is just pushing across the map and is going to be, well, potentially looking at a fairly straightforward victory. Just hold on long enough. But really, this game didn't have to end. It's just that It's just that QueenBot stopped making drones. It's building lots of Overlords right now for some reason, I guess to replace the Overseers that it keeps losing. But yeah, if Sharkbots or QueenBot still had 66 workers or even had produced more, it very well may have done a little bit better in this match, but that does seem to be a bit of a trend from the QueenBot. But then again, it is a bot that just builds queens. You can't take it too darn seriously. It is showing us some really entertaining games though. But I really don't see a way that QueenBot's going to win this one. I am curious if I could ask the bot author one question, like, what makes QueenBot replace drones that it lost? At what point, like, when does it switch gears? Resources lost-wise, it's 31,000 to 11,000, which isn't terrible when you look at the fact that QueenBot is, well, just fighting with queens, which aren't exactly amazing. Another Nydus is going to go up in the main base, so this could potentially pull Sharkbot home and save QueenBot's bacon, at least for a little bit. Only one measly queen pops on out of there, though. It's going to start shooting at some probes. And is Sharkbot going to go home? It's busy cleaning up all these hatcheries in the middle of the map. Somehow QueenBot affords 3/3 upgrades on the way off of just 40 workers right now. But yeah, you've got that right, Sharkbot, saying QueenBot's economy is experiencing some turbulence. That really is the case. I don't know why QueenBot doesn't make more drones. If it made a few more drones, it might have won this game. But it's just not happening, it seems. As Sharkbot just continues to clean everything up and flex on its opponent in chat, using its unlimited APM to type and battle it out. And yeah, what a bit of a goofy match. As QueenBot, yeah, really is just running out of steam in this one. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this one, go ahead and click that like button. If you've watched all the way up to this point and you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe, as that goes a long way to making that number look bigger, I guess. And yeah, that is, I think that's pretty much it with this one. I will say that the reason why I did decide to cast QueenBot versus Sharkbot and request it and become a patron on SC2AI is that I actually saw in the match history that QueenBot did beat Sharkbot in a match. Presumably, I'm guessing, based on that replay being a little bit longer than this one, it was just spoiled for me, so I didn't want to have it. I didn't want to cast a match that I know the results. So I just requested a new match between Sharkbot and QueenBot. And yeah, unfortunately, QueenBot wasn't able to replicate its success. Well done by Sharkbot, showing us its good fundamentals. Able to even get up a 5th base amidst all the creep spreading chaos. That's some very good behavior as a group of stalkers has an observer to be able to expand. And yeah, QueenBot will just go silently into that good night. I've just butchered that quote. Ignore me. And yeah, that is gonna be it, I believe, as we just watch all this Zerg get cleaned up. 500 dead creep tumors, but there's still another 174 on the map. There's a random sentry inside the Zerg main base. QueenBot is perhaps building its final queen right now. That gets cancelled, so it decides to build it inside the main base. And yeah, that is going to be it for this one. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for tuning on in.